How many of you women destroy your home, destroy relationships because you just don't want to listen to a man? If you would just sit down, stay quiet, and let a man teach you, you'll learn something, but you don't want that. And then you complain that, oh, these men ain't guiding the women. Oh, these men ain't protecting the women. If I don't got no control over you, I can't protect you. Minister Louis Farrakhan said that. He said, if a man don't got control over his woman, he cannot protect her. What? Control? You ain't gonna control me. Oh, really? Okay, let me ask you this. When you go to your 9 to 5 and your supervisor tell you to do something, do you do it? Of course you do. You know why? They got control over you. When you clock into your job at 8 a.m. in the morning, 7 a.m., 7:30, it's because the company control you. Yeah. You can't go on vacation unless the company approve it, because they control you. You do as you're told on your job because they control you. It's quiet, right? But when it comes to you having your man and he's telling you things to do, all of a sudden now, you don't think he need to control you? All right, ladies, check this out. You, my woman, you want to go outside with this short shorts with your ass cheeks all out. I'm your man. I'm like, yo, you ain't going outside like that. You crazy. You tripping. You don't see what you're doing? But you want to go outside because you want to show your ass. I'm telling you to put on something a little more sophisticated and decent. You're like, hell no. I'm an independent woman. I can do what I want. So you go on outside. Now a couple of ninjas grab your ass while you in the street. Slap your ass. You feel violated. So you come home telling me, crying, Ringo, these guys slapped my ass. They did this. I need for you to go outside and sacrifice your life for me. Sacrifice what? Go outside and fight who? For what? No. I'm not doing a damn thing. So hold up. You're not man enough? You're not. See, guys, this is why you don't get into relationships with women like that. Because you don't got no control over them. Control mean that I'm able to speak into this woman's life and she obey and listen to what I say. But if I don't have that ability, I cannot lead a woman. I cannot guide a woman. I cannot protect a woman because I got no control over her. If a man got control over you, he could lead you and he could protect you. But you ladies keep thinking control mean in a negative. If a man got love for you, he's not going to be leading you in the wrong way. Do you understand me? So the control we're talking about is not the control of you're a slave, he's abusing you, he's doing, no. But that's what you like to do. You like to flip it and twist it because of your trauma of the bad baby daddies you dealt with in your past. And you see, guys, this is what a lot of women do. They take their frustration out on you because of the past relationship they had with other men. You understand? Jeannie Mai took out her frustration on Jeezy because of all the previous relationships before him. This is why you got to know a woman's history, bro. They don't like to talk about these things. They don't like to talk about body count. They don't like to talk about their trauma. They don't like to talk about their abuse. They don't like to talk about nothing. Fam, last time I checked, fam, when you buy a house, they supposed to tell you about this house. They supposed to tell you that there's a leak in the roof. They supposed to tell you there's some issues with the electrical. They supposed to tell you these things. It don't make no sense to invest in this property if they're not going to be upfront with me on what's going on with this damn house. You guys are getting with women and they're not telling you what's going on with the property. They're not telling you what's going on in their heart. They're not telling you what's going on in their mind. They're not telling you nothing. And then you have all these leaks, floor falling apart, headaches and arguments. You're like, what in the world did I invested my time into? This woman crazy.
Would have, but this was something greater that I wanted, and also a great challenge to myself to say, what if, now that I know it exists and the dragon's there, what if I got rid of that? How do I kill that dragon or store it in its place so that it never creates havoc in my life?
She says she wanted to store the dragon in its place, like a damn dog outside. So basically, Jeannie Mai never killed the dragon. She stored the dragon all these years. And she let the dragon out on Jeezy. And that is why he filed for divorce. He filed for divorce because Jeannie Mai had a bad temper, a bad attitude. And that attitude was displayed all throughout the marriage. So while you might look at the pictures and the images and be like, you know, he's wearing a nice tuxedo, whatever the case is, she got on the dress, you know, the blue shades, they look happy. No. Behind the smiles, behind the fancy, expensive clothes was misery, pain. When they got home, it was nothing but arguments. That's how it is, man. And it'd be like that in a lot of these relationships.
Nobody ever called me out on it.
Freddie never called her out on her bullshit, bro. Freddie was probably the non-confrontational type of guy. You know, because most Caucasian guys, you know, they do things a little different than black guys. Totally different. You know what I mean? He just saw, hey, she don't want to give me kids. I'm just going to go outside. You know, she's arguing. Man, let me go to the bar with my friends. But Jeezy didn't do that. Jeezy saw her cutting up and said, nah, you ain't gonna be talking to me like that, fam. And he put her in her place. But remember, Jenny said that, oh, Jeezy is her equal. So she went toe to toe with him. She was combative, fam, argumentative. She didn't let up with the abuse. I wouldn't be surprised if she was physically abusive to Jeezy. I wouldn't be surprised. Because normally when a woman have a bad attitude, a bad temper, she get to using them hands. So she probably was physical in terms of hitting. And Jeezy probably tried to restrain her and said, you know what? I don't want to make you get arrested because you're still the mother of my child. I don't want social media to tear you apart, because if they know what's going on in this house, if they know the abuse that I'm dealing with, they're going to tear you apart. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to file for divorce, get out of this situation before it get real. Bars. You hear what I'm saying? You know, Karen says, I don't think that Jeezy's baby. I mean, a lot of people in the chat were saying it's his baby. They said it looked like him. Like, again, I don't know nothing about this man's child. You know what I'm saying? If it's his child, it is. If it's not, it's going to all come out. You know what I mean? My first initial thought that maybe he's divorcing her because the child is not his. But based on the chat, a lot of the women were like, nah, Ringo, that's his kid. It's definitely not that. It's something totally different. Hey, we'll see what it is, fam. As the truth, as the story come up, it's gonna get even more intense.